Hey guys, so today we're going to start 8.5 part 1. Today we're going to be factoring, trying to figure out what we can divide out of everything. So I have an example lined up here, and you'll notice that this is a binomial because it has two parts. And when we factor, you want to try and see what you can divide out of everything. So my suggestion is to start with like one variable at a time. So first I'm going to look at the x's. I noticed that this binomial, or this piece, has 4x's because it's x to the fourth, and this one has 2x's. Well, you want to take out the maximum number of x's possible, but you can't take out more than what one of those pieces has. So since they both have at least 2, I'm going to try taking out 2 x's. And how that's going to look is by saying x squared, and inside the parentheses, I'm going to write down what's left over. Well, since the first one had 4 x's and I'm taking out 2, that would leave me with x squared. If I had 4 x's, I take away 2 x's, that leaves me with 2 x's. Now on the second one, it had 2 x's. I take out 2 x's. That leaves me with no x's. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the y's. I notice that I'm not sure how many y's because it doesn't have an exponent written. But remember, it doesn't matter if it doesn't have an exponent written, you can assume that it is 1. So I have 1 y on the first one, and I have 3 y's on the second one. How many y's am I able to take out? Well, they each have 1 y in common, so take out 1 y. And again, I don't have to write y to the first. I know that that's how many I took out. And on the first one, since I had 1 y, I took out 1 y. I don't need to have any y's left over. But on the second one here, I had 3 y's. I take out a y, so that leaves me with y squared. To write this all in one happy color, that would be my final answer, is just this right here. How do I know that I got this right today? Well, factoring is the opposite of the distributive property. So if I come back here and distribute, like we learned at the beginning of the chapter, actually distributive property we learned back in chapter 1, x squared y times y squared is going to be x to the fourth y. Then distribute over here, that gives me a positive x squared y cubed. Check it out. That's exactly where I started. That's how you know you did it correctly. So if we try another one here, again, I'm asking myself the same question every time. What can I take out? And whatever you take out, again, will get written on the outside of the new set of parentheses. So I start with the x's. I notice that this one has 5 x's. This one has 4 x's. If I take out the most I can take out, that would be x to the fourth. So if I had 5 x's, I got rid of 4 x's. That's going to leave me with 1 x left over. And I had 4 x's, I got rid of 4 x's. That actually got rid of everything. So that's pretty cool. Now let's try the y's. I see that I have 2 y's here, but only 1 y there. So I can only take out 1 y, which if I had 2 y's here, get rid of a y, that leaves me with just 1 y left over. And if I had 1 y, I got rid of a y, leaves me with 0 y's left over here. So it looks like everything on the right one factored out. But there's a catch. You guys have to be careful about this because this will trick some of you guys. If there is nothing left on the second set right here, you need to put +1. Unless it was a negative up here, but we'll see an example of that in a minute. You'll see why kind of when we get to part 2, why that has to be there. But trust me for today that you need to put a +1. So my final answer, if I write that all in one color, looks like this. And again, I can go back through and distribute that, and I should get exactly what I got up there, which it looks like in this case that does happen. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, last one here. Again, I want to decide what can I take out of everything. So first I start with the x's. I see that I have 6 x's here and 3 x's there, so I can take out 3 x's. So if I had 6 x's, I got rid of 3 x's. That should be 3 x's left over. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 x's, they both cancel. So next I can try my y's. Looks like I have 4 and 3, so I can take out 3 of them. If I had 4, get rid of 3, that leaves me with 1 left over. And I had 3, get rid of 3, that leaves me with none. But notice this time I have a subtraction sign, so I'm going to put -1. So my final answer is x cubed y cubed, parentheses, x cubed y minus 1. Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you soon.